We should be good to go. All right, let's do it. Let's start with those jumping jacks. So we're going to focus most of this warm-up on the upper body. Keep the jumping jacks going. I'm just going to push this back a little bit. There we go. All right. So I'm not glowing. Into the glow. All right. So definitely focusing the warm-up on the upper body here. We're going to go some big lifts. We're working with descending intervals, sort of. We've got some variety in there, but we're definitely just going to hit every major muscle group in the upper body. So start to pay attention. Lower back, work your way up to the shoulders. Biceps, triceps will hit. We're just going to rock it all. Arms all the way up. Start to get that heart rate up a little bit. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, slow it down. We're going to skip the butt kicks today in favor of some more upper body style warm-up. So just start with that reach. Left hand up and over. Tap out to the side. Just to start to get your body into a little bit of movement rhythm. Finding some good patterns of motion and some good form. As you stretch through those shoulders, lean into it a little bit more here so you start to stretch that lat. Four, 3, 2, 1. All right, standing up nice and tall, nice wide stance here. We're going to start with those pulls right to left. I want you to take it really slow to get started here. Tuck the tailbone and turn your attention to the lower back and this oblique area. So just really getting a sense for how those muscles are stretching and how strong they're feeling this morning. Let's go 3, 2, keep it going. And 1 more to each side. All right, straighten the hips off. We're going to turn this into a windmill. So same reach pattern, but down to the floor. And then push that arm right up through the ceiling. So rotating, yeah, perfect. You want to rotate that shoulder. So as you push up towards the ceiling, the palm is turning to face forward. And again, just sort of connecting to the muscles that are stretching here. Visualize them doing the work so that as we dive into work mode with some heavier weights, these movement patterns with good form are really sort of our fallback. It's just the natural place that our body wants to be. Let's do 1 more windmill. Stand up nice and tall to square the hips again, and we're going to take that forward. So down, left hand to the right foot. Stand up nice and tall, square the hips off again. Right hand down to the left foot. So we are definitely focusing on strength today. Strength and stamina. We'll have some breaks in there, but each of our circuits takes up a good chunk of time. So just expect to feel that burn, hit those muscles repeatedly for a high number of reps. And again, lower back here, big piece of the puzzle. Let's go 1 more toe touch to each side. And then go ahead and stand things up nice and tall. We're going to do some windmills. We're going to open up, or wake up rather, the lat muscles as well. And then we'll dive into our working sets. So to start, you're going to want to plant your feet about shoulder width apart. Stand up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in and raise the arms out in front all the way up to the ceiling. Wrist facing forward. Breathe out and pull the elbows down, squeezing along the spine as if you were pulling that lat bar down. Inhale, push up. Exhale, arms to the front. Again, deep breath in, raise those arms up to the ceiling, stretching the fingertips away from the body, palms forward. Exhale, pull the elbows down and back, squeezing those muscles in towards the spine. Inhale, push up. And then this last exhale, this final exhale, arms down to the sides. All right, right arm reaches for the ceiling. Let's just do some gentle windmills forward here, stretching the fingertips as far from the body as you can. Let those shoulders open up. Letting the whole upper body work together here, kind of exaggerated in the movement pattern. Let's go 3, 2, and 1, reverse direction. And this is definitely one where you want to exaggerate the twist through the shoulders. Let's go 3, 2, 1. And go ahead and relax, shake those arms out. So you're gonna want to grab a set of dumbbells for this workout that is on the moderate side. So I'd say anywhere from that sort of 8 to 12 range. If you want to have a couple sets around, you're feeling pretty strong and you can swap in and out, you absolutely can. That's totally up to you this morning. So like I said, we're gonna work with intervals here, different intervals. We're going to start with descending intervals, and then we're going to sort of finish each circuit with a longer round again. And each circuit is going to focus on sort of specific movement patterns. So you'll feel those muscle groups repeatedly throughout that circuit, all right? So we're going to start with a very compound movement. You're going to row, curl, and then Arnold press. So here's what that looks like. Narrow row. Stand up nice and tall, rotate the wrist, okay? So a lot of sort of movement through this first compound exercise. That's how we're gonna get started this morning. So 2 dumbbells in hand, row, curl, press. So finish each movement pattern before you head into the next. So we're gonna start bent over, row, draw the hips forward, you're gonna curl, open, and Arnold press. And then we'll bring it back to the center, finish the curl, and into that row. Boom. Standing up nice and tall. Push up through the ceiling and bring it right back down. So again, we're going to retrace a lot of these movement patterns throughout this circuit. So we're going to get tons of reps in. That is where the stamina portion of the workout comes into play. So we can take it nice and slow and really focus on the pushes here, on the pulls, and on great form. Try shutting out everything else and just visualizing those muscles doing the work. Stay connected. Finishing up this last rep, 3, 2, and 1. Take a quick little break. So we're going to get rid of the row. And we're going to go curl to press, okay? So same curl, same press. In 3, 2, and 1. So curl up to the biceps, out, press up to the ceiling, and bring it back in. So a lot of twist of the wrist throughout this particular compound exercise. Keeping that lower back nice and straight. Still feeling fresh, circuit 1, but you can start to see how these repetitive movements are going to get those muscles kicking. Yep, that shoulder press, nice. Elbows straighten out right next to the ears. Bring it back in for the Arnold. We're under 10 seconds for this curl press. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so as the work intervals get shorter, our exercises become less compound. We're going to go in right for the press, and we're not going to do an Arnold. We're going to start elbows out, Here we go. Press up towards the ceiling and bring it back in. Yeah, exactly. Those elbows stopping at about halfway. When your elbows hit the point that they're level with your shoulders, that's sort of max strength right now. There. So if we go too much deeper in to that descent, we're going to lose that control. Here we go. 5, 4. Nicely done here. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Whoo, I told you we would get there. Okay, so we've hit the bottom of those intervals, so we're going to pop right back up to the longest interval, and we're going to go back to our row. You're going to go narrow row, wide. So from that hinged position, narrow row first. Elbows stay nice and tight to the body. Straighten, wide. Yep, exactly. So hinge at the waist, so the torso's nice and low, and you're hitting those back muscles. Think about the muscles that you used during that warm-up set that we did, squeezing down that invisible lap bar. Those are the muscles I want you envisioning here as you pull the weights up towards your body. So make it less about arms and more about connecting to those muscles on the posterior side of the body. It's hard. You can't see them. You have to just sort of imagine what they're looking like, what they're doing back there. Nice and slow. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Coming up on our first break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Dumbbells to the mat. Give the forearms and the upper body a little bit of a break and grab some water. All right. You can see how by the start of the circuit, you're feeling good, you're feeling fresh, you got this. By the end, you're starting to feel that burn a little bit. All right, go ahead and grab your mat, lay it on the floor, and bring your dumbbells with you. All right, all right. All right, so we're going to head down to the mat, hit a couple of muscle groups that we did not hit yet. You're going to want both dumbbells with you. And again, we're going to start with that super compound exercise, right? So we're going to go narrow press. So hit chest and tries. We're going to go pull over. And then we're going to go flies. So for that press and the pullover, you can obviously go a little bit heavier, but I want you to bring a weight that you're going to be okay with that fly with, okay? Always a sort of... All right, awesome. Down to the mat. You know where we're getting started. So let's dive right in. So, feet flat on the floor, lower back pressed into the mat, elbows nice and close to the body. You're going to press them up towards the ceiling. All the way back behind your head, pull over, back up to the chest, and open into that fly. So that narrow press is going to draw the triceps in. We haven't hit tries or chest yet, so that is where we are sort of honing in our focus for this circuit. And no rush here, remember, right? We're going to get those reps in without a doubt. Keeping the lower back gently pressed into the mat. Protect that spine. Give yourself a little bit of core work, especially on that pullover. Believe it or not, we're already down to 10 seconds. Keep those reps moving right through that buzzer. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to get rid of, what are we getting rid of? I don't even know. The narrow press this time through. We're going to do alternating pullover to fly. So what I want you to do is start with both dumbbells up above your head. Right hand only. Taps down for the pullover, back up to the front, and opens for the fly. Then do the left arm. Tap down for the pullover, and open for the fly. So alternating sides here. And once you're feeling comfortable in the movement pattern, and as long as you feel like you have control through that single shoulder, you can up that pace just a little bit so you're feeling like you're getting a couple more reps in. That said though, if this slow and steady pace is feeling better for you, more in control, then that's where you're going to stick with it. 1, 0, and down. All right, here we go. Shortest interval of the circuit coming up. We're just going to do skull crushers. So, dumbbells back up above the chest. I want you to push them in together. Slight angle back. You're going to bend the elbows, drawing the dumbbells down towards the back, or the top of your head rather, the back side of the mat. And then kick them right up towards the ceiling. Hitting those triceps. 10 seconds to go. Think of this as the warm-up set for triceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we are back to that top, that long interval. We're going to go narrow press to skull crushers. If you reach a point on this where the 2 weights feels like too much, put one down and just turn the weight, and you can do it with a single weight, okay? But for now, let's go. Shoulder press, push the dumbbells together into that blind tricep extension. So as you push up from the narrow press, try pushing a little bit further back instead of directly up towards the ceiling. Get yourself into position for that skull crusher with a smooth movement from the chest press. And remember, when you get to the skull crusher, you're locking those elbows in and focusing just on the triceps. Last exercise of this circuit. Take it right to the final buzzer. Let those muscles give you a little bit of a fight. You should be feeling those triceps big time right now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it forward. Dumbbells to the mat. Drop them right next to your sides. And go ahead and shake the arms out. We are 2 circuits in at this point, and every muscle group has had a little bit of a focus by now, including forearms. All right. Shake things off. Grab some water. We're going to be back up on our feet for this next round. Back into those big compound exercises as we work through our descending intervals. All right. Alexa, next song. There we go. That's a little bit more pleasant. I'm just not a Kanye person in the morning. I have to be in a Kanye mood, you know? All right. So, back up on our feet here. Go ahead and shake the arms out. You're probably feeling those triceps a little bit. We're going to have a shoulder-heavy workout round here. So, we're going to go, just to show you what we're getting into, we're going to go upright row, down to the sides. Hammer curl, it only comes to halfway. 90-degree delt raise. Okay? So, it's that delt raise that I want you to think of when you grab your weights. If the weight that you had before is a little bit too heavy for a delt raise, just go down a couple notches. Here we go. Dumbbells in hand. Let's rock and roll. Upright row, hammer to delt raise. So let's get those shoulders on fire right now. Upright row, dumbbells nice and close to the body. Boom. Boom. Yep. Hammer curl. Come to halfway. And then those elbows and dumbbells, yeah, up to 90. Boom, there you go. Upright row. Hammer, 90, and delt raise. Yeah, awesome. I like these compound exercises. I like how it sort of forces you to figure out where your body's going to end up and how to easily transition nice and smooth into the next exercise. Plus, adding in that little hammer curl right there gives the shoulders just a little bit of a break. Yeah, nice. Yup. Looking good, looking strong. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick little break. We're going to take that hammer curl and we're going to stick with it for the entire next round. We're going to do hammer curl 21. So, dumbbells in hand. We're going to start the first 15 seconds just going to halfway. So, bottom half of the hammer curl only here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Top half only. All the way up to the shoulders. Bring it to halfway. Shoulders to 90. Get those biceps on fire. Get ready for the full hammer curl in 3, 2, and 1. Full curl. Down to the sides. No swing. Use the strength in your arms to get those dumbbells right back up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, now that we've fired up the biceps, we're going to turn our attention to shoulders for the last 2 parts of this round. We're going to go side lateral raises. So dumbbells start in front of the body. Up to the side, nice and smooth. Bring it back in. So these last 2 work intervals of this round are going to be shoulder based. So take it slow and steady. You're going to get those reps in. And just dial that focus right in. We're already at 10 seconds for this particular exercise. Breathe through it. Yeah, nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, here we go. We're going to go back into that alternating mode so we get a little bit of a break. We're going to alternate upright row to front raise. Boom. Right? Yeah, exactly. So then opposite side. So we are back into that long interval, right, which is a lot of time to just focus on shoulders, which is why we're going alternating. I want you to see if you can sort of lock the hips in place on that front raise. So nothing moves except for the arm. Boom. Right to the front. Yeah, nice. Yeah, awesome. I am a big fan of single arm upright rows. I think it feels more comfortable on the shoulder. I think you can get more focus out of it. So I like fitting it in a second time here. Shoulders stay down and back. Again, visualize the muscles doing the work, right? Stay super connected. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells to the mat. Take a little bit of a break, shaking things out. Believe it or not, we have 1 circuit to go. So grab some water, set your mat back up. And we actually don't need the dumbbells for this last round. I'll give you 2 guesses. Down on the mat, upper body, no dumbbells. Where are we going with this? We all know where we're going with this. Woo! Okay, as I squish my finger, try not to do that. All right, so we're heading down to the mat for our final circuit. We are going to start all the way down on the mat with the Superman. You're going to press your body up to plank, and then you're going to walk your hands to your toes for that inchworm, okay? So this whole last round is going to focus on triceps, chest, back, okay? So let's start totally stretched down on the mat, going in for that Superman first. So arms start stretched out in front and try to keep them away from the body. That's that big lift, right? So you're going to squeeze back down to the mat, press it up, and walk the hands to the toes, all the way back down to the mat and into that Superman. When you press your body up from the floor, try to do it in one straight line. So instead of pushing the upper body up first, keep that nice straight line down the spine, nice and strong. lifting through that Superman, squeezing the muscles on the back side of the body, giving the lower back just a little bit of a workout here to get us started. 10 seconds. All the way through it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna stay on the mat for this next round. We're gonna focus on the back completely. So we're gonna turn that Superman into a swimmer. So starting stretched out, you're gonna lift up into Superman, pull those elbows down and back to squeeze, reach, and down. Lift, squeeze, reach, and down. And that's about the pace that you want to go here, right? You want just enough of a pause at any point of this exercise to just make sure you're squeezing the right muscles, connecting, and then move on. And down. Woo! Come on! 10 seconds to go. Squeeze, reach, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, stay on the mat. We're gonna hit triceps and chest next. We're gonna go into Cobra push-ups. If you guys haven't been able to tell, this is like my new favorite push-up style. I love that it hits the triceps. So, arms nice and tight to the body, under the shoulders. You're gonna keep the elbows nice and tight as well as you push the upper body up into Cobra and right back down. So Cobra push-ups all the way through here. And again, keeping the elbows nice and tight to the body. So you're definitely getting that chest workout, but really what you're feeling is the triceps right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One exercise to go. This is going to be the longer interval. Again, we're going to start in plank. You're going to do a toe tap and then into a rotation. So again, a sort of alternating side kind of vibe. So if we start in high plank, I want you to reach the right hand to the right toe, and then you're going to rotate that right hand up to the ceiling. Yep, exactly. Plank toe tap on the other side, and rotate. And again, in terms of pace, you want just enough time, just enough pause in any one position to feel like you sort of locked it in, have great form, and you can move on to the next exercise. Get a little bit of a core kicker at the end here, remembering all of our planks, all of our abs from yesterday. All the way through. We're getting there. 10 seconds to go. Keep those planks nice and straight. 3, 2, and 1. Finish up whatever breath you are on. Drop those those knees down to the mat. And then sit it back in child's pose and just give that body a break. You should be feeling those shoulders. All right, taking some deep breaths in here. Let your chin fall down towards the mat. Whew, feeling those arms at this point. All right, go ahead and take your right arm and scoop it under the left side. Drop that shoulder down to the mat gently. Stretch through that shoulder. Heart rate's coming down. Reach that right arm forward and scoop the left arm underneath the body. So there's a lot to this post-workout stretch that we're giving to our body, giving it time to sort of continue to slowly bring the heart rate down instead of just immediately stopping and moving on to something else. Go ahead and reach that left hand forward and draw your hips forward all the way into Cobra or half Cobra. Stretch out that core. If you've ever stopped a workout and just sort of like walked away from it and felt lightheaded, the reason is because you want that gentle movement to sort of still push the oxygenated blood around the body instead of it just sort of going right to the muscles that you just worked. You want still to sort of gently move the body. Give yourself a chance to cool down slowly instead of abruptly. All right, pull the hips up and back over the knees. We're going to go into a little cat-cow here. So rounding that back up to the ceiling to start, vertebrae by vertebrae. Be very conscious. And then you're going to pull the belly button forward, tilt the hips forward, and get deep into that arch. Moving between these two poses according to your own breathing pattern, according to what feels gentle, but still a good stretch for your body. This is the perfect exercise to sort of really get a sense of how those hips move the body, how they're such a central point, such a focus point for exercise and movement. Go ahead and come to a neutral spine here. Step the feet out back behind you and gently lift those hips up to the ceiling. Let's just do a gentle pedal of the knees here. Drawing a heel down to the mat. One at a time. Again, just keeping gentle movement. 3, 2, and 1. Both heels down to the mat and let the just natural weight of your upper body draw your shoulders towards your toes. Go ahead and relax. Walk this forward towards your hands into forward fold. I want you to just let go of any tension in the neck right now. Breathing through it. And when you're feeling ready, you're going to roll those shoulders up to the ceiling. Big shoulder rolls back behind you. Super purposeful today to just sort of work out any kinks left over from the workout. A couple of neck rolls to loosen up tension there. And then shaking off the workout.